Hello, everyone. Welcome to Virtual Scuff. This is Hua009, and I'm with my co-hosts Al and Ray here. If you want to introduce
Hi,
yourself.
I'll go first. Because I'm closer to Hua. Um, I'm Ray aka ReiMix. I'm here.
On to you, Al.
Yeah, my name is BeiBei, streamer, gamer extraordinaire, Dark Souls legend, League of Legends bitch. What up?
And then we have two guests with us today. Hero, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello everybody. I am Hero Huntr. I stream on Twitch. I do stupid shit all the time. Not really. I feel kind of boring sometimes. But come on down if you want to make my day.
And we also have Maratsu, or TDHMaratsu.
Hello, everybody. I'm TDHMaratsu, and I'm here to learn.
Sure. Today we're going to
He's here
talk
to
about
learn.
Nichi Sanji's and how.
Yeah, only good news. Let's speak only
Yeah.
positive news today. All
Sure.
right.
All right.
All right.
Podcast over,
Before
guys.
let's go in a circle. One thing we like about Niji Sanji. All right. I like their name.
Oh damn! You took mine.
Is that all we got?
I guess.
I think so.
I really like Selen. Oh wait.
No, move on, move on. Hey, next person, next person. Hello.
I really like some of the models. That's about it.
All right, Hero.
I don't know much about them. They exist. That's all I really know.
Oh, you're gonna learn a lot.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
learn a
already
lot
learning a lot.
today, man. And then
Maratsu,
Maratsu.
Same boat as Hero. I've
Yeah,
only
we're
learned
just here to
that-
vibe, you know.
Yeah,
All right. So, well, you are the
I am
head
the
of us.
host
What do
today.
you want to start? Where do you want to start this
Do
conversation?
we want to start with the beginning of this whole drama sequence? Or do we want to
So the
just talk
beginning of
about
Niji-san.
what happened currently today and then backtrack to what?
Let's go chronological if they're not entirely sure. If they're not in the haps, they're not in the know.
Yeah,
You know.
I guess we can go chronological. So, in chronological order, I would say having Yugo leaving the company is probably what sparked the whole entire company to like start like snowballing down into like where it is now. That's what I feel like. I don't know how
I think
you.
I agree.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Were you gonna ask them something?
No, I was gonna let him know who like Yugo is. Yugo was one of the talents for Niji Sanji. Uh, in what their first boy group English branch that debuted.
Yes,
Yeah,
that is correct. Noctix.
yeah,
It's
and
the
I don't know what truly happened, but I know like they graduated. From what I heard, it was kind of like I wouldn't say they were bullied. They just didn't like the company and just left. That's all I can
yeah.
remember.
I think well, this will go more into it later, but I think it's related to the contract,
Yeah.
right? Just because of who Yugo is. Yugo's a musician, right?
Mm-hmm.
I won't delve too much into their reincarnation or
Pass.
anything like that,
Yeah.
but they're a really good cover artist, right? They make a lot of music, they make good covers, all that stuff, right? And we'll get more into it in the contract, but just the small part in the contract, Niji Sanji owns, I'm pretty sure, like all copyrights. Right?
They own
So
and own like any profit that you make from those videos. They take 50% of it.
yeah, that's the revenue.
Yeah.
When it comes to like the ownership, right? Like,
Mhm.
yeah, Yugo gives copyright to Niji Sanji,
That's
so
under
he
the
was probably
contract.
very
Yeah.
unhappy about that. But Yugo, I'd say definitely was the first like sus. Was it termination?
No, it was a graduation. They
It was a
graduated.
graduation.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. it was a very sus one because no one saw it coming,
Yeah,
right?
no
And it was
one.
Yugo was not in Niji Sanji for that long.
I
So
would say they only were there for like
3 months.
3 months.
no. Let's switch it up. 10 months, 11 months,
Oh.
11 and a half months. He
So
was the
almost a year.
earliest. Yeah. No one really expected it too much. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah. Then after Yugo, it was
Zion.
Zeta or Zion. I wanted to say
Say-
Zeta. I
say
was
this
thinking
from
Hololive.
Hololive.
I was thinking it was Hololive.
Uh-huh.
Zion. Now, do you
Zion.
know
The
about
only
Zion?
thing I know about them, what I've told Hero, was that she was trying to account of hers, like an original account of hers for Genshin Impact, and they had a dispute with that's one of the causes for her termination.
Yes. There was this whole thing that went down. Pretty much, Zion asked management, "Yo, it's like I want to do a Genshin stream. Can I use my old account, or do I need a new start one?" Right? Her manager was like, "It's like you could use it. It's like you could use your old like Genshin account, right?" She used her old Genshin account. Management's like, "Yo, you're not supposed to use your old Genshin account, right?" And then
Mhm.
she's just like, "Okay, what the fuck? All right." Bet she got in trouble for that, right? We don't know exactly what happened, but she went on a hiatus after that,
Yeah,
right?
hiatus, quote unquote.
And then after the I'm speaking very loud air quotes. After the hiatus,
Uh-huh.
all right. I think a little bit, like a pretty long hiatus. I believe she got terminated, right?
Yeah.
And at the time, Niji Sanji had still very good reputation, right? Still very
That
good
we didn't
reputation.
know about, those reputation were not known.
Yeah. So the way they framed her termination notice was like, oh, she was breaking a lot of rules, not listening to us, and we just decided to like cut ties,
Mhm.
something like that. And everyone was just like, oh, okay, it's like Zion was just not ready for like the corporate VTuber world, right?
Yep.
And so they were kind of like flaming her for it, because like, oh, it was her
And
fault,
bullying
right? Like,
her.
yeah, like bullying, all that stuff, right? And that was just the thing that happened. And then a few months, I think,
Yeah, a few
months
months.
pass. Dude, I'm so scared of getting the info wrong. I don't want to spread misinformation. This is all public. But
Yeah.
some time passes, all right?
Mhm.
Zion, not Zion, all right? Like kind of did a little bit like expose thing where she's just like, hey, it's like there was a lack of, like, it was like, oh, so the reason I mentioned I was able to tell you, it's like, oh, like her management said she could and suddenly she couldn't and then she got in trouble. We
Mhm.
know this because Zion told the public to clear her name a little bit or just clear things up, where it's like,
She
hey,
said
it's like
it,
there was
but she couldn't say that she
miscommunication.
was part of the person that was playing as Zion said all these thing, but couldn't say that she was Zion, because in the
Yeah.
contract, you're not allowed to say that you were part of Nichi Sanji for some reason. That was also a weird part.
But yeah, it's pretty much, it was just, yeah, so she just went into like, Niji Sanji was like, effectively like was bullying her, right?
Mhm.
Was just bullying her with like, just like being really strict with her and just like not treating her well, not protecting her, all that stuff, right? Not supporting her. And it really did just feel like they wanted her out, but didn't want to like terminate her. They wanted to be like on her, right?
Yeah.
So it was just, they just bullied her a lot. It was left a pretty bad taste. And then she said that the hiatus that she did was actually a suspension,
A
but
shadow
Niji Sanji
suspension.
didn't want to have the bad PR of a suspension, so it was a hiatus. All right,
Damn.
same, and all that's happening. Niji Sanji JP. All right, this is like a me thing, right? I took it very personally. All right, Gundo Mirei, right?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Pretty much, there's like a baseball league going on, right? Gundo Mirei, she's like, she doesn't know too much about baseball. And then pretty much, I forgot exactly what happened, but there was like maybe like a pitch that like made a mistake or something. She just posted it, like tweeted it out, where it's like, hey, it's like this pitch like made a mistake or something, some yada yada, something about the pitch.
She was making a joke out of it.
Yeah, Japanese baseball fans, hella mad. All right,
Yeah,
started
there's
flaming her.
a lot of baseball fan in Japan.
Yeah, and then she,
know that.
and then she went on a hiatus, and then after that she got terminated, right?
Mhm.
So it was like, okay, I was like, okay, so what you mean was she was suspended and then terminated, right? It's like, and like it was really sad because like it was like effectively a very innocent question, right?
Yeah.
But like Niji Sanji, they didn't want the flack for it, so they just like it's like cut ties, all right?
Mhm.
Flash forward, we know like all this Niji Sanji stuff is happening. Just poor management. Like, okay, this is like farther back, right? Niji Sanji India absolutely failed. They dissolved Niji Sanji Korea. Niji Sanji, actually, is Niji
They-
Sanji ID still a thing?
No, they all
No, they
kind of
made-
just got merged
yeah.
into Nishi
Yeah.
Sanji JP.
Yeah. So they ended Niji Sanji India branch. They dissolved Niji Sanji Korea, Niji Sanji ID, and just combined it into just the one big Niji Sanji,
Mhm.
right? Just to like cut costs on like management, all that stuff, right? And it's like, but it was also like bad advertising. It's bad
It's-
management. TLDR.
It's just bad way of managing
Now,
it.
flash forward. We're at Selen Tatsuki era.
Mhm.
All right.
And in
Selen
that time
Tatsuki.
span, both Nina Kosaka, which is one of the VTuber under Niji Sanji, and Mr. Rias, also another one, both graduated in that time span. Like the latest one was Nina, I think, and then
It was Albin, I
no,
believe.
Alvin hasn't
No.
graduated.
No, who was it?
Like-
I swear it was a dog.
Yeah,
It was,
Mysta. Mysta.
there you go, Mysta. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's over, dude. False info. Oh my
So it was a
god.
fox, not a dog.
And Albin,
Oh,
I
my
think, is a
bad.
cat of some kind.
He is
Oh, it's a cat?
Yeah.
Oh, cat burglar. That's right. That's his character.
Yeah.
That's right. Anyways, sorry. Back
Mhm.
to the PowerPoint presentation. We don't have a PowerPoint presentation, but
No.
so
Back
if you
to
look
these
at this laser
walls.
pointer here, all right. So while the times has passed, VTubers have been graduating,
Mhm.
right? Everyone was just like, oh, it's been sad. But they've been getting sussed out recently because there's been like some leaks where it's like, oh, Mysta said they only get 2% from merch sales. They only get a 50% cut from like
Mm.
what they gain. So like some numbers are starting to leak out, right?
Yeah.
And just for example, this might be a lie, but I saw this on a YouTube comment. In the US, it's illegal for like an agency, kind of like contractor thing, to take any more than 10% of like the revenue of someone when it
Mhm.
comes to like actual working. Well, Niji Sanji in Japan is taking 50%, right?
I
Top of that-
think I feel like
oh-
that's a country thing. I feel like that's
It's a country thing, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But just to give you a frame of reference on like how far, like how big 50% is, if you're not entirely sure how like talent orgs are working out, right? Like the scale, like a reference. There was that. 2% merch sales is insane. That's like barely anything,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yeah, so by then people were getting sussed out. Like, okay, like Niji Sanji is like not the greatest company. It's like
Yeah.
everyone like, okay, like Niji Sanji is just making bad decisions, right? Bad management.
Like the Niji fans are like kind of like giving up blind eyes to it almost.
Yeah. And Selen Tatsuki, the goat.
Mhm.
All right. No bias, of course, except that she's the goat. All right.
No bias.
No bias. No bias. All right. Number one VTuber, but no bias. All right. I'll say this in the most neutral term. All right.
Jeez.
Niji Sanji fucked her up, bro. Holy shit. It was not good. It was no bueno.
Uh-huh.
All right. So she posted a cover
cover.
of one of her favorite songs. All right. LilyPichu's
Last cup of
Last
coffee.
Cup of Coffee.
Yep.
All right. Do you know the song? This is last cup of coffee
I gave
the
it a
smile.
listen.
someday. No? All right. Anyway.
I don't really listen to LilyPichu, so.
She's been hyping up this cover for quite a bit. She collaborated with like a lot of artists, paying them. It has like, I think it's like 6 different artists like doing like different parts of the songs, like 6
Mhm.
different animation styles, right? Just a lot of fun like references, right? It was just created by her community for her community, right? Selen, go, right? Great idea, right? She's been talking about it a lot, right?
Yeah.
She posts it on Christmas Day, everyone, including me, was like, wow, this is an amazing song. So wholesome. Me, the next day, I'm like, I still remember that cover. Let me pop it out. It got taken down by Niji Sanji management in the first 24 hours. All right.
Yeah.
So, the biggest question you may ask now is, what the fuck? All right. Well, let me explain to you what the fuck happened, unless Ho wants to explain, because I'm a little, I'm a little,
you
I'm
can
tilted.
keep going. You can keep
All
going.
right. So,
I love the passion.
what happened here, right, was Niji Sanji was like, hey yo, you didn't get the hey yo, like you didn't communicate with us. So Niji Sanji, all right, they said, oh, you didn't get the permissions, right, to post this, right, and they took it down. Selen said it's like, oh, it's like, sorry, it's like supposedly like Niji Sanji like didn't give me the permission. Oh, that's right. Also, they fucked over Selen before earlier because like they stopped letting her like do certain events.
Yeah,
Like for
she
example, like there was a
couldn't
cash
do-
prize.
Yeah,
There
she
was like a
couldn't
design contest
do
with a cash prize.
tournaments.
Sorry, go ahead.
She couldn't do like certain tournaments. Like I think one of them was supposed to be like an Apex tournament too.
Yeah, there was like
Yeah.
Apex tournaments, design contests, right? And Niji
Mhm.
Sanji like stopped all of them. And Selen even offered like, yo, I will pay it out of my own pocket. And
Mhm.
Niji Sanji still said no, right? So it's just like a lot of like things were like some like personal projects that Selen's been wanting to do. Niji Sanji just kept saying the no to. But anyways, so that happened, right? Last cup of coffee taken down. She's like, hey, it's just like the community worked really hard on it, so someone re-upload it. Which is why if you search it up right now, it'll still be on YouTube, I believe. It's just not on her account, right? It's because Nisanji did not let her have it because they claimed that she did not get the perms. All right, she in fact did get the perms because both LilyPichu and the producer straight up said, "Oh, by the way, anyone can like cover it, like if
Mhm.
you want. Like we give full permission. Like you don't even have to ask us. Just do it, right? We're not gonna come at you, all right."
Yeah.
And Selen even specifically said, "Oh, I'll just DM them, like to ask them personally, still, right? Because what happened,
to
I
write
believe,
like an official
this,
letter to the management saying like
yeah, this
Yeah.
I don't. This is like where my memory gets a little sketchy, but I think it's like her management was supposed to ask permissions, but they just weren't getting back to her,
Nope.
right? So Selen's like, okay, I'll do it myself. DM LilyPichu, DM the producers, like, hey, I want to cover the song. Can I do it? And they're like, go ahead, right? Shows it to management. Hey, they said I could do it. Can I do it? Right? Management was just like, oh, it's like let me like her manager or something was like, okay, let me like get in contact with the higher ups, right? Christmas Day was coming. They were not responding. All right, Christmas Day came. Selen's like, okay, like I got all the shit. I got all the shit, right? All the permissions, right? We're good, right? I got explicit permission from the manager saying it's okay. All right. She posted it. All right. And then after she posted it is when they had problems. Took it down, and then suddenly Selen went on a suspension. Or sorry, hiatus. Hiatus. Air quotation marks. Hiatus. All right. And then after that,
it was like dead silence from her for like a whole month or so.
it was like a month and a half. It was crazy. And then pretty much what happened was she was in like the mental hospital and they took away her phone because she made like an attempt, right? They take away your
Twice.
phone,
Twice.
right? Which was twice. Very sad, right?
Mhm.
Very upset. And pretty much, and she was still radio silence. And then suddenly,
They locked her out of her account because they changed the password or something, so she couldn't even
yeah.
access not only her Twitter, but I think also her Discord and any other way of like contacting as Selen.
Yeah, because Selen got terminated. Yay! Right. So now we're kind of talking in the more perspective of Dokibird, which
Mm.
is
Her
Selen's new identity, effectively, right? Dokibird.
Yeah.
Right. And Dokibird, now that she's not part of the contract, she was able to share more her side of the story,
Mhm.
right? She's just like, hey, like this is what happened, right? Like I did everything I was supposed to do, but they just weren't getting back to me. Yada yada, you know, just management bad, all that stuff. You're just not treating her well, right?
Yeah.
And then it was, what was it? While this was all happening, Dokibird, right, was like, hey, it's like I want to move on now, right? Pretty much, she just said it's like, hey, it's like I don't want to like, hey, I think I'm ready to like, I forgot exactly what happened, but she said something about like Niji Sanji was like, hey, I'm thinking about like finishing up, like like graduating. They're like,
Yeah.
I bet, and then they released the termination notice, and that's how she found out she got fired.
So
It's like,
on January
go ahead.
26th, she wanted to graduate with the company. Like she's trying to like talk to the management, saying like she just wanted to do a graduation and like kind of like leave at where both sides was kind of like on good terms almost on how she sees it. And then around the first week of February, she got notified through her friend that she was terminated. Is what happened.
Yep.
And then once that
termination.
got found
Go
out,
ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say once that got found out, then all these other stuff started piling up on Niji Sanji's case. There was talk about how Selen was just, or Dokibird was such a good person where she'll pay the artist or like whoever's she'll commission, like pay out of pocket for it, because Niji Sanji wasn't paying them in time and stuff like that. You were gonna say something, Ray?
Just the one of the thing is just Selen, like I feel bad for Zaion because I
Mhm.
think we like people definitely treat her too harshly. It's just because
Yeah.
I think the reason why it started happening now is because Selen had like the crowd support, right? Like the social backing. So when she got terminated, people were like, okay, something's like absolutely off because she like definitely did not deserve this, and Niji Sanji was not handling the situation well at all, right?
Mhm.
Zion, no one really knew her, right? So like everyone like so when Niji Sanji just said like, oh, it was her fault, people were just like, okay, I guess it was her fault, right? And now Niji Sanji was like, it was Selen's fault. People are just like calling BS. It's like, no. It's like we literally were like right here when it unfolded, right? It was
Mhm.
absolutely not her fault, right? So Dokibird's just doing all this stuff. She's trying to move on, all right? She's trying to move on. And then while Dokibird is streaming, I think it's like her second or third stream, just as Dokibird, moving on now. At the same time she was streaming, Niji Sanji started their own live stream on Elira Pendora's channel, right? Not on their official channel.
And Vox and Ike.
It was on Elira Pendora's channel, but Vox and Ike were in that stream. But yeah.
Yeah.
So pretty much there was a stream that happened on Elira Pendora. It was Vox, Ike, and Elira,
Mhm.
right? And they were pretty much like the fucking Niji Sanji's like hand puppets, bro. Like it was like they were like they're pretty much like they're like disparaging and like discrediting like Dokibird's like claims where it's like, hey, here's screenshots of this and that. And then Vox said it's like, oh, by the like, you know, when we were like in a call together, she was like recording me without like my permission, right? Vox and I, you know, they're just like saying all this stuff where it's just like, oh, Selen was like as Selen was like doing this and that, you know, they were doing this and that, like, you know, it's just like discrediting her,
Mhm.
right? But also in that stream, they revealed that Niji Sanji revealed like because
The
while this was
lawsuit.
happening, Dokibird, like Dokibird had like a lawyer that was in contact with Niji Sanji's lawyers. All right, so two lawyers in contact, exchanging legal documents with Dokibird's private information. Right,
Mhm.
Niji Sanji, in order to make Elira, Ike, and Vox like do the speaking, revealed Dokibird's personal information legal documents concluding her personal information, where they agreed that they would only be shown between lawyers to Vox, Ike, and Elira. Right? So Niji Sanji has now broken a privacy law. All
In
right? They
Canada.
broke privacy.
No.
All right? And I feel I don't know. I have mixed feelings. Honestly, we can make this a topic specifically,
Mhm.
right? Like we can branch off from here just before we go into like the future, like what's happening now,
Yeah.
because there's like two sides of this, right? Honestly, I'm conflicting myself, right? One side of me is like, even if this was my job and I had a contractual obligation, if I had to like disparage or like badmouth my friend, right?
Yeah.
And like, you know, disparage, badmouth, discredit, you know, just like you know what I'm saying?
Just saying,
And like to keep my job
lies.
and keep the company's favor, I don't know if I could do it. But
No.
at the same time, right? I don't want to reflect my personal ideas onto Elira, Ike, or Vox because it's a job, right? Others people like for them, they've had this job for like a while. This could be their
Mhm.
dream job. They might be struggling like in real life,
Yeah.
right? And like they can't get any other job. This might be their only avenue, right? Like I don't know what they're going through, right? Some people are still mad at them because it's like, okay, it's like, come on, it's like I trusted you, right? Why do you have to like, you know what I'm saying? Like they used also on Niji Sanji's part, just like they're using the three most popular VTubers as effectively like scapegoats or like human shields, right? Because like, oh, it's like your favorite talents are saying it, right? You know, instead of like the company themselves making like a statement,
Mhm.
right? So I don't know. How do you guys feel about it? Like, if you were, I know
If
there's a
you were
pretty
in
deep question.
their shoes, would you do
If you
it?
were in their shoes, Elira said she personally elected to have it streamed on her channel. I don't know if that's true, honestly, right?
Yeah.
It sounds a little scripted, right, with how everything
Yeah.
went down, right?
And also
But
not having it was all just a black screen. It was
yeah, but like if you guys were put in the situation, right, where it's like this is your job, right? Let's just like get that out of the way. There's a professional job, right? So you have contractual obligations, right? No judge, because honestly, I could see either way, right? Would you be able to do something that with like a fellow coworker slash friend? I don't know how close they were outside of it, you know?
I don't think so. Like, I mean, my personality typically is kind of just like very like fuck work half the time, anyways. So I'm
okay.
just
Yeah.
like, if you're making me do something I don't want to do, yeah, that ain't gonna fly, man. Whatever contract I signed, be damned, sue me. I'm saying my mind, and I'll try and take you down with me if you're doing something wrong.
Damn. Good mindset.
Listen, I have
Maratsu?
a whole speech prepared for if one of my like higher ups at work sees me doing something I don't like.
Do you
I've
want to give
already
that speech
rehearsed
now?
this
Do you
speech.
want to give that speech now on the podcast?
No, not until they actually like show up and like tell me off for it.
Okay.
Dearest boss.
Oh my
Fuck
Dearest
it!
Who that cunt that said I'm fired?
Yeah.
How about you, Maratsu and Al? What's your opinion on it?
I guess speaking personally, I would not.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking from like a you're a human.
Yeah.
As Rika said, this may be your only source of income. You've got no other way of getting money. Sometimes you just have to buckle down. And I'll make the joke that a lot of people will be like, how much money would somebody have to pay you for you to do something that you would never do? And
Mm-hmm.
everybody, I would like to say not everybody, but okay, well, we'll go with most everybody.
A
for price.
majority of people. Yeah.
Yes. And so because of that, if you just look at it from, oh, well, it's not my money being messed with, so you should definitely be 100% standing with them. It's kind of one of those situations where it's like, well, it is easy when it's not, if the ball's not in your field. Like, it's not your problem. It's not your struggle. You'll go to bed tonight and it's not your money being messed with. So if it's just from a standpoint of, even if that's my friend, they're not going to pay my bills when this goes down. They're not going to buy me food when this all goes down. I totally get it, but I would also like to believe that friendship would stand a lot stronger than that. But I get it from both sides.
Yeah, I definitely do understand both sides of the argument. And also just like thinking about it is just like you also kind of have to like think about it this way. Like this is something that was very easily could have been a non-issue that the
Mm-hmm.
company blew out of the water. If this is the extreme reaction they have to something that is honestly not a big issue, then like at any moment you're standing with them could change. Right now it might not be you on the line, but it very well could be you tomorrow for just a small little mistake.
It's true, but it's
Yeah.
very true.
How are you,
Al,
Al?
what about you?
Yeah, I don't know. The whole situation was fucked. I don't think if I was ever in that situation, I'd be like, yeah, I'll throw my old former coworker under the bus. I'd be like, that sounds like not
Would
my
you throw
monkey,
any
not
of
my
us
problem.
under the bus? How about that?
For 2 Scooby snacks, would you throw me under the bus, Al?
I'd do it for one.
No. Like, if you didn't If you didn't do anything to me personally, there's no
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
Like the most
and
I would probably do is just be like, I have nothing to say on the matter.
just
Like,
stay silent. Yeah,
if I'm if I'm asked, I'll be like, I'll stay silent over anything.
yeah.
mm,
I think. Oh, that's actually an interesting thing. So, another thing was, I guess the topic is like, how did all the other Niji Sanji talent react? Right, Niji Sanji En.
Mhm.
A lot of them they never like explicitly said fuck Selen, but a lot of them were giving out just like, hey, it's like let's not spread hate right now in like the Niji Sanji community. We're going through a tough time. Let's not spread hate, only love, right? While others just stayed like radio silent, like Scarle, right?
a couple of them,
And
yeah, or like they say they'll go on like off social media for a while.
yeah, so like some of them just like never touched the top. I mean, they a lot of them never touched the topic directly, just saying like, oh, like vague. It's like like let's not spread hate. That's cool, right? No judge to them, right?
Mhm.
Base Scarlet, this like went around for like a weekish. Pretty much one of her YouTube comments said Kuro Sanji. Kuro, I don't know if you know, means black, right? And black company is like a term. I don't know, is black company a term in the US?
I don't
I've
think
only heard
so.
it. I've gone referring to
It's not referred to as that much, but I think it's a
Got
thing
it.
that
What
people.
what is the meaning behind it? I guess.
Basically
Black
like a
company
slave
or a
company.
dark like a black company or a dark company is pretty much, it's almost like a slave, it's like slave labor, but like legal
okay,
slave
yeah.
labor. Where it's like unpaid overtime, staying
Makes
after like
sense.
3 hours, unpaid vacation. It's like unpaid
Yeah.
vacation, like they don't let you be
Most
sick even if they
definitely have
do.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that is like what like Japanese people called like a kuro.
Black.
Fuck, I don't remember
It's
the
like black
Japanese name for it.
company. It's
I don't know,
just
Japanese word for a company, but yes, like black company or dark company is the translation, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So people have been nicknaming it Kuro Sanji, right?
Uh-huh.
And Scarla put a little YouTube heart on one of those comments,
Yep.
right? And then after that, the video got taken down. Oopsie, she went on a hiatus for a week. Anyway, she's back. So it's just like just a lot of like just not fun stuff going on
Yeah.
right now, right?
Yeah.
And the majority of
Pomu.
those,
Oh my God, Pomu graduated, right?
like in the time that Selen was radio silent, Pomu is another Niji Sanji talent. Like she was one of the first of the three to debut. I don't know if she was the first one to debut, but she was one of the first of the Niji English branch to like be shown. And this came when did they debuted? 2021, I believe.
God, it's been
Or
so long.
2020. It's around like that time span. So, and I think at the time, she still worked at her office job, while also being a VTuber and a corporate. And usually, like, being a corporate VTuber, like, once you go full time corporate VTuber, usually that means you're, like, well off. I think she did full time corporate VTuber and still had her part time job. So, yeah.
Yeah. And pretty much Pomu, like I think she opened up all of her membership streams, right?
Yeah.
Just for like the last bit. And one of the membership streams, right? It was her crying because pretty much when she announced her like graduation or like the graduation got set up, right? She learned what she described as a once in a lifetime opportunity, right? That she could have. And she asked if they could push back the graduation so she could have that opportunity, and they said no. They're like, no, it's like your graduation's done, right? It's like your graduation's set in stone. It's like you're going to graduate then, like tough luck, right? And she said she was like really upset by that, and she was like crying, and people are like, Niji Sanji, what the fuck? Like she hasn't even graduated yet. It's like it's like it's just like a lot of stuff like that.
Just bad management.
It's just bad stuff. So just a lot of bad stuff are happening, right? You're just talents. For example, V Shoujo's 2 new talents are actually I mean it's kind of obvious. It's Nina and
Mysta.
Mysta, right? The 2
Were you
Nisanji
about to
talents that
say
graduated.
Alvin?
I was about to say Alvin again. Yep. So Nina and Mysta are now
Under V Sojo's.
Moth Girl and Dog Mask. Okay, so
That's Yeah.
we got Moth Girl and Dog Mask. I
not-
need to search. For the
That's not
names.
even a moth. It's a cockroach.
Yeah.
It's a cockroach?
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
a
He's
cockroach.
offended.
My bad. My
We've
bad.
been over this. I'm pretty sure.
It's close enough.
Definitely close enough.
Matara Kan and Kuro. That's right.
K9 Kuro.
So, K9 Kuro. So, pretty much when they were talking about like their new managers, straight up, Matara was like, he's like, yeah, you know, I was really surprised when my manager told me I didn't have to pay out of my own pocket for this personal project, right?
Oh,
And I'm
damn.
like, I was like, what? And I'm like, huh? It's like, what?
No
He's like,
shit.
No,
yeah.
she
And
was
then,
even surprised that she had management like helping her, like push for those projects, like helping her
yeah, it's
to
like,
like
yeah,
be
we'll help you out.
creative, kind of.
So yeah, so Selen, so a lot of the projects people had to pull out of their own pockets to like fund.
Yeah. So
Like
anything
music
that you
videos?
saw, videos, cover, anything under Niji Sanji, they had to pay out their own pocket.
And you're like, it's like, what? Isn't Niji Sanji supposed to help? Excellent segue to the contract leak last night. Breaking news. All right. Do you know? So there's a YouTuber named Legal Mindset who's been going through this whole like all this legal
Adam.
stuff. All right.
Yeah.
Pretty much someone, we don't know who, leaked the effectively
Contract.
foundational baseline talent employment contract. All right.
We don't know if it's
That's where
true.
the shit comes in.
Allegedly.
but
Allegedly. Let's say that out of the way. It's unsigned, so it's unofficial, can be changed at any moment,
Mhm.
right? Could be absolutely fake and undoctored, who knows, right? Or doctored. There's just a lot of bad stuff in there, like 50-50 revenue split. Another thing is like if you for example, if you go through any like disputes like copyright strike, legal dispute, commission dispute, right? Niji Sanji is not going to help you. It's on you.
Yep.
Right? They're not going to help you when it comes to legal troubles, copyright troubles, all that stuff, right? Any copyrights or awards you gain, it is all owned by the transfer of ownership goes straight to Niji Sanji, so they don't get their YouTuber play buttons, right?
Yeah.
Things like that. What is it?
Or
If
like
they
if make
require
a
you,
song.
yeah, if they require you to go to Japan, right? You have to pay for your own ticket, and if you don't notify them with an invoice in a month, like they won't pay you back.
Yeah, they won't reimburse you.
They won't reimburse you. There's just so much stuff in there. Like they don't protect you at all effectively. It's 0
Mhm.
protections. All right.
It's basically
It's bad stuff.
they're basically trying to keep all the revenue to themselves and making you like pay all the liability. They're like shoving all the expenses to you, but keeping all the revenue that you also will be getting.
But yeah. And so this contract is a lot of stuff. For example, I think some of the things is another one was pretty much Niji Sanji can like change parts of their contract, like amend parts of their contract, right?
Hmm.
And if you don't say anything against it in 2 weeks, right? Then they'll count that as a yes. So silence is yes, right? But
Mhm.
also if you start live streaming, if you tweet under your persona, that is also an automatic yes.
Yeah.
So you might not even know that they changed it, and then you tweet something and they're like, well, if you see here, you tweeted after we changed this contract. So you actually said yes. Right? And they legally require you as the talent, you're supposed to stream, right? Or
Mhm.
tweet. So it's almost like saying it's like, oh,
You're not
oh,
gonna
do you want
win
to be
that
my slave?
situation.
Breathe if yes. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah, and there's actually something you said something really interesting, Maratsu, about saying about like it coming out of your own like money and things like that, right? Is if you go against them, right? Niji Sanji is allowed to just choose to not pay you for like a month, like for the month,
No, it's
right?
for a
If you
year.
break any contract, it's like a year, it's like a month or a year, it's like a lot, right? So they can just decide not to pay you, and they're like, they just they just won't pay you, right? So it's almost like threatening,
Yeah.
right?
Like who
And like
who
since they
read
take
these
so much of your
contracts
money,
and say yes, I'm gonna accept it?
Yeah.
They probably didn't read them.
That's the
Or
problem.
we're
They
very
just
desperate.
know like, oh, I got into Nishi Sanji, one of the big VTuber companies.
this
Argue
is
there was probably some like it was probably written in such a way that it's very tough to understand that you were getting
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
short end of
Yeah.
it.
that's how
yeah.
documents are made. They're written so
Yeah.
that you don't want to read them and just
Because the
sign.
Especially-
document was broken down in these more understandable
Yeah.
ways. I doubt it was written that cut and dry.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
J-
And there's
just-
just I don't know. It's
Just like
sad
this
that it's all
license
like
agreement.
this. Yeah. I understand it to an extent though, right? Because
Mm.
I talked with a friend and he said, "Is it bad that I still kind of want to join Niji Sanji?" Right?
Kind of, yeah.
I said it's like
Yeah.
Yes.
it is, yes, but
Financially, it sounds bad, but you could
it
get
sounds
covered
bad.
for
But
it.
he just because the world of content creation, right? It's
Mhm.
kind of a gamble, right? It's like yes, if you work hard enough for like a long, make good quality content for like a long enough amount of time, you will probably be able to like gain some sort of following, right?
Yeah, and also
But
not
like
be a
to do it
dick.
as and do it as a living though, right?
Mhm.
Like that might take like you don't know when that will happen, right? You don't know if
No.
it'll ever happen, right? So and Niji
You're-
Sanji is straight up like an adrenaline shot of like an easy like 100k subscribers, right?
Yeah.
Or like 50, I mean at least 50, 50k,
It will give you that clout
right?
injection that you need.
It joining a talent agency like Niji Sanji takes away the luck in that like in the equation. Obviously you have to get
Yeah.
accepted in the audition in the first place, right? I'm not saying like
That's where your luck comes into. If you
yeah,
get in.
that's where your luck comes in. But joining the agency, it's like you don't need to worry about discoverability, right? You're
Mhm.
fucking Niji Sanji, right? So
Yeah, but then if you get into
I-
Hololive,
It's like, sure, you might have the name of the company behind you, but you gotta deal with the company. Like, if you could just
Exactly.
have the
Mhm.
name, attached,
Yeah.
but no strings, perfect. But all those strings, you're just Pinocchio at this point.
yeah.
You're no longer a real boy.
Button cook,
no
button cook.
string.
No strings attached.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and there's like this other like article where it's like even if this contract even like there's an article in there where it's like, "Oh, if this contract has been terminated, like these articles still apply even after termination."
Yeah, which
Right?
is
Like and they like
bullshit.
reference specific paragraphs, right? Which is like related to like, like protections of like Niji Sanji, right? Of
They
Niji
want to
Sanji
protect
themselves
themselves. Yeah.
even after like the contract is over. But the funny thing is that technically the article that is listed as these articles like still apply was not listed as the ones that will still apply. You know what I'm saying?
No, you kind of have to
Okay.
explain to other people
Sorry,
that might be dumber.
How do I say it? So this paragraph, right?
Yeah,
It
sure.
says like, okay, Article 2, so let's say Article 12 says, okay, even after the end of the contract, Article 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7 still apply. All
Mhm.
right? Well, they never included Article 12 to still apply in the sense of like
Oh, so
applying.
you're saying like
Do you get what I'm
Article
saying?
12 saying that these still apply. These other articles
Article
still apply.
12 was not included in the one that
Yeah,
still applies.
okay. So technic
Ah.
okay.
I don't know if that's like actual legally binding, but it's like a little funny detail that people know.
That's a loophole you could go pass around.
It's a funny
basically.
loophole. But
Yeah.
this all I think that's just like this is like the big story, the TLDR, just
Mhm.
everything that's been going on. Why Nijisan just such a bad reputation right now, right?
Or it's just that they were really good at like, brushing it under the rug and
Yeah.
not letting anyone
And-
notice.
Like, hey, it's a business, right? And
Mhm.
honestly, like I'm saying, Hololive is probably I really don't hope I don't eat my words or jinx it, but Hololive I'm sure is a much better company than Niji Sanji. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, right, there are still like I remember there's a clip of Yukihana Lamy, right? She
Mhm.
said it's like it's like like I totally like I spent like all of my money, like I zeroed out my card to like really work on this project I was really passionate about, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure Hololive supported her to an extent, right? I'm not saying like it's like Hololive was also just like you got nothing there. Hololive supports their
Depending on
talent
how
star more.
I think-
expensive it is and what
I think-
Exactly, right?
I
It
think
might have been out of Hololive's budget.
Hololive gave them a budget that they can spend a certain
Yeah.
month on
So,
projects, and she zeroed
I
out
think-
like each month probably.
I think this is just showing that's like being part of like a VTuber agency isn't like some sort of super armor, right?
No.
Like as a VTuber, like you don't get like you're not
You're
fully
not s-
protected,
You're not Super Saiyan,
Right.
basi-
Mhm.
you know, all that stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the TLDR of it. I was just like rambling a lot. Hoa, is there any like topics, right, that like that you wanted to talk about? Because like we can just talk about the situation in general, like our thoughts.
Mhm. What would you say is like the big mistake that Nishisanji did in terms of just overall in the situation that which they could have done better? I personally feel like they could have definitely just let Selen graduated, like both on good term, and none of this shit would have happened. That's why I personally feel like they could have just like let her graduate, and everything will probably be okay, and she can just still do her own thing. I don't know about you guys and how you feel about the thing.
I don't know. I feel like I've been yapping.
Because if it hadn't, then you guys wouldn't be aware of how bad the situation really was. They would have kept getting away with it as long as it was some lower in person in the food chain. I guess everybody would have just been like, "Oh, they must have messed up. It can't be these people." But without this person getting into the situation they got into,
Yeah.
know, you-
Sometimes bad has to happen for overall good change.
yes.
You know, by this happening to Selen, right?
Yeah.
By this happening to her, now Niji Sanji is under hopefully some investigation and higher scrutiny, which could end up benefiting everybody overall. You know, if
Mhm.
we're lucky. So I don't know.
What do you
I
guys
mean,
think?
he's these biggest fuck ups. They should just shut up.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
let it
on their-
slide.
On their
Let
end,
it
it would be
slide.
better to just make it seem like everything's fine.
Yeah.
And like this was always the plan.
I feel like
graduate
there's some
and
like
stuff.
pettiness going on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why'd they try to
definitely.
beef with her, bro?
There's definitely like some weird either it's
It's a power trip,
talent
though.
to talents like beef or
Yeah.
talent with
They were
management beef.
panicking.
There's definitely
Yeah.
some kind of like situation going on in the company itself that's causing
Oh yeah,
this.
and so when they terminated Selen, right, and they're like their business, like I don't know if they use LinkedIn, but it's kind of like that thing where like they they talk about it with their investors, right?
Yeah.
Oh right.
They
yeah.
said it's like we think Selen's termination will lead like we
Be-
believe like Selen's terminations will affect like effects on our like profits will be negligible, right?
Mhm.
And like that's the words they used. Like they effectively said like, oh, we don't need Selen, like even if Selen leaves, she's just negligible. Like it'll be negligible effects.
Damn.
And people are like, the fuck?
Yeah,
Right.
and then if you look at their stocks after that, it has
It dropped.
gone. I don't know how much percentage wise, but it dropped so hard. Even
Yeah.
As it should.
yeah.
Yeah. Ah, what do you think? What's the worst fuck up?
What was the worst fuck up?
Mhm.
Yeah.
When they started the company.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah.
damn.
Going for the joke.
Okay, but which one do you
Oh,
think
no,
is
I'd say-
worse?
I mean, the biggest fuck up has got to be that more recent situation with Selen, just because that's the one that ended up getting the most coverage and
Mhm.
most knowledge about it publicly made.
Yes.
Everything else was so locked up under NDAs because there was nothing
That they could
extra
do.
externally being broken.
Mhm.
But with the other situations, since there was already a whole bunch of shit being broken, it was kind of like everything's thrown to the wind. Talk about it.
Mhm.
Yeah. But which one would you say is the worst company? VTuber company? Wactor?
Oh, VTuber company?
Or
That's
Nijisanji?
That's still active. What's the other one?
Wactor?
Didn't Wactor implode?
Yeah, Wactor
Yeah,
never
me
imploded.
and
heard of
Will
that.
were just talking about
Wait, is it still around? I
No.
genuinely don't know what's happening
Uh,
anymore.
We
they
just
re-
looked it
Yeah.
up.
read something where
They
they change names, maybe or something like
they
that?
they try and
Oh, that's
rebrand.
right.
Oh yeah, rebrand.
Oh my God, Maratsu, do you know what's going on with Wactor?
I don't think he knows.
I don't think he does.
I don't know
Holy
either, so it's okay
shit.
if you don't.
I only
I'll do
learned
like
this
even.
like an hour ago.
I don't want to yap, bro, but TLDR, Wactor is like Niji Sanji, but like 1,000 times worse.
Yeah,
Right?
they even dox their
So it's like
own
for like it's like
VTuber.
female talents, right? So female talents, it's like, oh, you don't got the money, you can pay with your body, kind of a thing,
Oh no.
and we'll pay it for you, right?
Fuck.
Things like that. The managers get way too touchy, too close to the talent. Just like a lot of just really gross stuff, right? Like manipulating,
Power
talents, all that
harassment,
stuff.
sexual harassment.
power
That's all-
harass, all that stuff, right? That's
Yeah.
pretty much
Like
what
the
Wactor was.
vast majority of VTuber companies that have already gone under.
Yeah, the only one that's known and still functioning is Hololive, Sojo, Face Connect. I think Idle En. I don't know about them much.
They're newer, but yeah, they're still up.
Yeah. Well, with Idle En, they did have a controversy that we definitely talked about before. You guys weren't here for it. But if anyone that watch or listen to our podcast would know, you know.
Oh
yeah.
shit, this is a podcast? I thought we were just talking and hanging out.
Uh-huh.
What?
God
What?
damn it!
But yeah. Yeah, I don't
in,
know.
in terms of public knowledge, I think Niji's doing the worst, but that's just public knowledge. The bigger you are,
Yeah.
the harder
Well,
you fall.
I feel like Wactor probably is the worst.
The
And
other
then-
ones
mean,
I
it
just
might-
don't
it
know.
might be worse
Yeah, but it's
behind the
worse, but
scenes,
like
but
you don't know about it because I don't even know what that company is.
True.
yeah, like the bigger you are, the more publicity, which tends to make it seem worse because just more people know about it.
Because
I
if
feel
you're
the
not
reason I
known, you're
know
just
about Wactor is like false ID. Like, he's the
Same.
GOAT, bro, when it comes to VTuber news.
I feel like the only
Right.
reason why his video comes out like a day or two later, because he wants to get all the right information. Like he wants all
I
the
mean, that
information
is
first before
definitely
he like.
respectable.
Yeah.
there's also editing,
Yeah.
And personal lives.
making sure all your eggs are in a basket
Mm-hmm.
properly.
Yeah. Do we? I don't know. Can we even talk
Nah,
about this?
We fuck around and we'll find out one day. But hey, all of our statements are just opinions.
Yeah. Can't get us for our opinion now, can you? Can you?
Depend. No, don't think so.
I believe they can't. Because that's.
I think it really depends on what you say, and then.
But that's like freedom of
extent.
speech, kind of in a way.
Well, I mean, I really think it depends on the
depends
exact
what you
wording.
say.
Like, if you are
Yeah.
inciting to violence or saying something like,
We're
basically.
not
You
inciting
are
to
threatening
violence.
or slandering someone's
Oh,
Imagine you say something
entire
about,
image or well-being.
doing something about the president, that sort of thing. It might take you seriously about that,
but we're not slandering them, are they?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't believe any of us have said any slanderous statements on this day. No.
And if we did, we will backtrack it. You will never know.
Just delete the
That's
podcast now,
right.
guys. It didn't happen.
Wipe the
Just
wipe the
say-
data, wipe the
like-
data.
Yeah. Did you guys want to put in any of your input in the situation, other than what we have laid out for you?
Listen, all I can really say is shit's wild, bro.
That's probably the
Having
best
only
reaction.
learned about it within the past 2 hours, it's insane.
I literally told him the whole situation and like,
One
That's-
hell of a ride.
yeah,
What happened to Diamond City Lights, bro? Diamond City Lights.
it's
illuminate-
not
They
diamond
lost their
anymore.
Jinzo Fire Wiper.
Yeah,
Yeah, they lost it.
they lost it.
Why is that so?
What's
Jinzo
what?
Not even a
fire,
thing
wiper,
specific to that
wiper.
song. It's
Sorry,
just a
sorry.
general idol
Hada,
chant.
hina,
Yeah.
uppa, hada, hada. Wiper, fire, tiger,
Did you
da, da,
think
da, da,
that Niji Sanji would have been as bad as it was once we found out about this? Like, if it wasn't found out, well, we had think of them as this in this new light.
Nah,
The-
bro. I'm.
Or
Go
were
ahead.
you still gonna be suspicious of them? Like,
I mean, since I just learned about them, I probably would never have paid them a passing glance.
mhm.
But that's just because I didn't know about them beforehand and probably wouldn't have found out about them for a while. But one thing I can say is that honestly, if things didn't come out, you can bet things probably would just keep getting worse, and who knows, they might still keep getting worse. But generally, whenever you have that kind of power and you're already abusing it, and things are flying on the radar, you're just going to keep ramping up
Yeah. Like
until it gets to an even worse point.
true. You're like, oh, I can take a penny. I can take more than a penny, kind of deal. Like you keep taking more and more
Yeah,
until
just keep taking
it stacks up. Yeah. I think that's a good time to end our podcast.
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because everybody seems to run out of things to say.
Yeah. No.
I mean, it was just.
I was
it
not a
just me.
lot to say,
Yeah.
and just shit's fucked.
Hey,
Shit's
yeah,
fucked.
like
I don't know.
it's not like we've done like a super in-depth research or interviewed people. And it's like we
I'm not a
can't really have
lawyer, bro. We could go
a
step by
conversation.
step in the contract, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
I
could, but
Legal
that would
can't
take
mindset
like
already
four
did
four
that.
hours. Yeah. We'll probably put
Yeah.
their like opinion and
There's
stuff
not much
into a
to
Go
link.
say.
check
Yeah.
out an actual lawyer reading this
Contract.
contract
Yeah.
and form your own opinions. That's all I can say.
So I guess actually, this is a good question. Me, Ho, and Al have already had this conversation before, but Hero Maratsu, if you, I'm not saying Niji-san specifically, but if an agency approached you
Mhm.
to join them, would you?
I don't know. Like it's like one of those things. I'd have to weigh it, see what the actual, actually read a fucking contract, and weigh the
Okay.
pros and cons.
Please,
Like no,
for
I'm
all
not.
of
I'm
you
not. I'm
that
not
are
throwing
listening.
this
Yeah,
as a
for
slight to
everyone.
them, but like I'm just saying, like my brain just don't like reading long things. So I'm like,
Yes.
if I were
Yeah, you
actually
mean like
given
those
a
end
contract, I'd have
license
to.
user
Yeah,
agreement
I'd have to
contracts?
sit down and actually read a contract for once in my life.
That's why you hire a lawyer to read it for
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
That's right. Please hire lawyers to read contracts. Whoever's reading this.
Yeah.
Or
If it's something that's like,
reading
if
this.
it's
Whoever's
a
reading
higher
this.
tier than a part-time job, bro, at like the local McDonald's, bro, just get a lawyer. Read the contract.
If you're
That'll
at
save your
home
butt.
reading this, like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, like, but yeah, it's just like I don't know. One of the reasons why I started streaming was mainly just to do it like for fun. Like
Yeah.
I really can't say like I mean,
Yeah, as I look at
just to join the
Ray
current
and ask
status of it
him,
right now.
when you gonna start streaming again, bro? Huh?
I don't know, man.
Such a
It's been a
commitment.
while. Here's the thing, bro. Like life update. I've been enjoying life, bro. So I haven't had the
Uh-huh.
time
That's
to.
all
Can you
matters.
blame him for enjoying life?
Yeah.
He's been
The
touching
reason I started
grass.
streaming was just cause I just had like a lot of free time on my hands and not a lot of friends, right?
Yeah.
And like I
Are you
started
saying we're
making
not your
friends.
friends?
Nah, you
Okay,
guys are
you
my
started
you are the
streaming.
greatest friends, you guys online.
Damn, he hit you with the
Yeah,
offline
that's
answer.
right. That's right.
I'm about to
kidding.
appear outside your house tomorrow. Then what?
But no, this is like totally off topic of the podcast, but like it's like wholesome vibes. You guys maybe want to
Yeah.
like reach out to some old friends. So I've been like reconnecting, right?
Mhm.
So
Listen,
I've
I
just
played
I've
some
just hadn't had the
Helldivers
time.
with some other friends yesterday.
Yeah. So I
Or
just haven't
the
had,
new,
like, the time
new website,
recently.
Only Friends.
Yeah, only friends.
Yeah,
Listen,
anyway.
that'd be a great website just to find new friends.
Yeah.
We're going top. Maratsu, I haven't heard your answer yet. If an agency approached you, right, would you be willing to join?
It depends on the contract.
Yeah. That's right.
That's
Contract.
the answer.
Children under 18 contract.
No, not even under 18. Anyone just
Just anybody, actually. Yeah,
Anybody.
anybody. Please read the contract. If you don't want to
'Cause,
read the contract,
Like,
hire someone that will.
I get it.
Mhm.
You can be swept up by some big company, selling you promises, but you gotta make sure those promises are actual, in the
like actually
contract
there.
legal.
It's a
Yeah. I-
legal binding contract,
Yeah.
a legal binding promise. That's what a contract
I think,
is.
yeah. For me, I think, also again, depending on the contract, but I don't know if I could do it as a full-time job, honestly. I don't know. I don't think I'm someone that will be able to do that.
Unless you got
right?
like all the support you need to
Yeah.
make it full
Like,
time.
I like
I'd
this.
probably enjoy it more than what I'm currently doing.
I
Yeah,
like this as
same.
a hobby. Yeah, I agree. I think I like this as a hobby. If it makes some money, then that's good. But going full out, because some agencies, they have business meetings, rehearsals, just fully
Training.
into it.
Yeah,
Right?
okay.
And I don't know if I'm I don't know if I myself, like in general, just mature enough to make that much of a commitment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or
I
like
get ya.
prepared.
Do
feel it.
I think we're in any shape of way mature enough? No.
Absolutely not. I would
Hell
not hire you.
no.
Maybe Maratsu. Maratsu might be mature enough.
To do what?
Yeah.
Meetings?
He's got the voice too.
Meetings.
He's got the voice.
No,
You
Yeah,
could be
you're
a
mature enough
great
to do the
meeting.
meetings specifically.
I don't know anything about like the VTuber lifestyle. I didn't know they had meetings. I thought you just
No,
like,
they definitely had meeting.
yeah, that's to me that's crazy. Like if meetings were in the contract, I'd be like that's wild. Like,
I
I'm not
know,
doing
like to me, it's just like I would really just prefer it to be you just kind of let me do my own thing. If there are collabs, it's just a kind of chill thing where like it's just a
You
one-on-one
know, just
me
have
and the other
fun.
VTuber, you know? Like,
Yeah.
that.
Like how
I'm
we
not
just
talking
collab,
about like
but in a way where you
Yeah,
just
but you gotta
like
think
dude, it's
it's
just kind
also
of
like
being on
forced. It's a
Discord.
forced friendship over just friendships.
Yeah,
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 Like
I
there
would
is
say
that
if they're,
aspect.
yeah.
if they're
in a
doing
way.
meetings over things like places you have to go or something like that. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
so,
we gotta set up appointments here and here. Your next stream, you have to talk about topics like this because
I don't think it's
we've been signing
that
off stuff
scripted.
like that.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think it's
Hey,
like
I
that's
that.
Discord's call.
I think it's to always do Discord because like like most of them are based in Japan. Like most of the VTuber companies
You'd have
are
to
Yeah,
based.
explain to me
a
what
lot of the management's just remote.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I'd have to.
It's not like there's a direct
So
office to actually go
It
to.
would be one of those things I definitely have to inquire about, like how in depth all that is before I
Mhm.
do the say yes and sign on sort of thing.
So I remember this YouTube like VTuber clip. So Amane Kanata from Hololive, right?
Yeah.
She posted a there was like she made a little stream showing it's like okay like let me guys show you like my schedule from like if I'm busiest and if I'm like when I'm freest, right?
Mhm.
So she wakes up like 10 a.m. right, and then she does rehearsals from like for like shows, concerts. You know what I'm saying, right? You know,
The
Hololive does live shows,
practice.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. So it's like a 6-hour rehearsal,
Mm.
right?
Damn.
And then after that, there's an hour meeting about like merchandise, advertising, things like that, right? And then an hour after that is like preparing for like streams, thumbnails, setting everything up, right? Stream
Sculpting
for
the
2
live
hours.
VTuber bros.
Yeah.
And
Stream for 2 hours. So that's like 9 p.m. And then 9 to 10 p.m. is like recording strips or like recording scripts or doing songs, right?
Mhm.
You know, and then the other one is after that is another recording session, right? Or another meeting about maybe like a 3D concert. So this is when she's busiest. So she has like a 3D concert coming up. Her anniversary's coming up, right?
Mhm, mhm.
So after the stream, it's an hour of that, and an hour meeting about the concert, right? And then after that, it's another meeting, right? And of like like setting up collabs like with other members, right? And then another 2 hours maybe like editing, collabs, more meetings, right? So it's just depends, right? This is when she's busiest, when there's a lot of things to manage. But for some corporate VTubers, meetings like TLDR, right? I just have to bring it up, right? Just, yeah. Some obviously, I'm sure not all VTubers like schedules like this, but I think personally, I don't think I could take the responsibilities of outside stream things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You mean like making thumbnails and stuff?
Like an agent basically that handles that for me. Just make me the face. And
That's what I thought it would be, honestly.
Hello Live is an idol group too.
Yeah.
I think I don't
There's a little more
are they?
stuff going.
Yeah.
a little more.
Yeah, but it's not like just hey, go on, you can have fun.
They have managers.
We
though.
have hobbies.
Yeah, they have
I gotta
managers,
feel
but
meeting and stuff like that. I could understand needing meetings for that because you want them to, you know, pre-records and everything. And making sure
Yeah.
they're doing
The
what's
best,
required.
best thing in voice
So-
I can do is sounds like a dying penguin.
yeah, they're like an idol course, so they probably have to worry a lot more about like outward appearances. You know, just like making sure everything's just in line,
Mhm.
right?
it's all about appearances. Like, you know, being a like indie guy, you know, indie person, you know, you can be a bit more chill and a bit more you know, maybe not genuine, but like, you know,
You can represent
you have a
yourself as
lot
yourself.
more, yeah, you have a lot more control about how you represent yourself, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as long as you can stay away from the controversies, you know, you
Yeah.
kind of got it made if you get famous, you know.
Mm-hmm. But controversy is gonna start sooner or later, whether by
As
you
long as you
or by
don't do
someone
anything
else.
controversy worthy.
Mm-hmm.
I
There's
mean,
I'll
most
never
of
have
the time you should
controversy
be
in
able
my
to
whole
just
life.
ignore it.
Yeah.
Especially if it's just a flat out lie, you can just be like, well, you know, I don't really have to say anything because it's a flat out lie. It's gonna
But
it
if it
takes
was
20 more lies to keep that lie going, so it's
Mhm.
just gonna fall apart.
true,
I think for Niji Sanji, it's falling apart now.
Yeah.
you think they're gonna go
They're
bankrupt?
building it off lies.
Yeah, they. I feel like they've been building it off laws. Not
Yeah,
sure
because I mean, if that contract is, you know,
the truth.
legit what
Uh-huh.
they're trying to go for, I think, you know, they are only going to be anybody with sense on their, you know, sense in
Anyone
their mind,
that can
good
like
head on their
read
shoulders.
the contract or at least get a like good.
You're not going to go for that contract. That is just
Yeah.
such a terrible contract, and that doesn't even count for any legal troubles that contract may bring them in certain countries,
Yeah.
depending
Mm-hmm.
on the
Oh my god,
legality
that's
of
right. I totally forgot. All right, I'm gonna yap a little more.
Sure,
Bro. There's a
okay.
second contract.
it. Oh, really?
Right.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah, did they
Zaion,
double down or something?
no, it's kind of like that. So Zaion, right now, Sayu, all right. Pretty much, she revealed that she actually got a silence contract, effectively kind of like a non like ayo, like let's not defame, like if like hey, sign this contract so that you don't defame us and we won't defame you, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet
And
there's
it's
some
like
loopholes for the company in that one.
it's like we'll give you 3 hours to sign this. When they sent it to her.
And
Mind you,
they
she doesn't
sent
put
it to
time to
her.
contact a lawyer, bro.
I think they sent it to her at night too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like sign
Listen,
this. So
if you
and
don't
like if
sign
you
in 3
don't,
hours, we got your signature on file.
Oh yeah, and
yeah.
they
So
don't
she's like, okay,
sign
it's
it.
like, okay, what if? So
The
if she
more
doesn't,
difficult
so she
it
says
is.
like, okay, what happens if I sign it? What happens if I don't? It's like if you sign it, then we can say that we parted ways like amicably, right? You know, you graduated and like it was a calm discussion,
Mhm.
right? Spoiler alert, she didn't sign it, right? And it was pretty much all it was pretty much just like, oh, like she's not allowed to talk shit. She's not allowed to like posts that talk shit effectively. Like it's like that levels of controlling,
Of,
right?
of-
Not
Yeah.
allowed to like posts, not even like talk about them in any negative light, right? She didn't sign it, so that's what when Niji Sanji was just like, yeah, we terminated her due to multiple breaches of contract. She did this and that, just horrible talent. Yeah, they didn't say that, but you know,
Just
just like
basically.
that's pretty much what happened.
They're trying to say that in their most safe way that they can.
Corpo, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Corpo
multiple
speak.
breaches of contract despite like multiple warnings, kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Which
And so that's pretty much why it came off so bad, is because she didn't sign the silence contract,
mm,
right? So it's like
Uh,
it's crazy, bro. It's
Yeah.
wild. God, I don't know. Actually, like I'm gonna ask you guys this. Like, it just feels wrong to follow any Niji Sanji YouTubers right now.
It
I've been
definitely
thinking about
does.
genuinely unsubscribing to like all of them. It's just been leaving a bad taste just watching any of them, honestly.
Mm.
just like
But like, I really like some of them, but like, you know,
The thing is,
it's rough.
we also don't know who's doing the bullying inside the company either.
yeah, like it's a tricky situation because, you know, depending on like where the line in the sand is drawn, sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to support problematic members, but you'd also want to kind of support the ones that
You want to
you
support the
know
innocent one.
actually.
I don't want to
It's,
support
you
the
know,
company,
Mhm.
but
and you
like,
also don't want to support the company either.
I don't want to support the company, but some of the talents I want to support. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Like some of them are definitely really talented.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! And then what Uki said?
Oh yeah, shit.
You guys want to go into like slightly not Niji? I still relate to Niji Sanji, but not exactly like the company itself.
They also
Right.
said that there's no favoritism in that company.
Yeah. Okay. So pretty much, Uki Violeta, right? He like did a tweet. He did one of those tweets where it's just like, "Oh, like don't spread hate, only spread
And
love," kind of thing.
he
right,
was
that he
thanking the
mentioned.
artists that were still kind of like.
Yeah, thanking the artists, right?
Mhm.
And then this Zeter, haha, because X. No, I'm kidding. This guy, right? He tweet replied. It's like, oh, what is it? Oh, what do you think about like cis straight like white male artists or something like that? You know what I'm saying? Like just that demographic,
Just in, yeah.
right? And then Uki said they're just as irresponsible and like stupid as you are or something.
As that tweet
Right?
or whatever, or something like that.
So that
Bro just
went.
tripped over himself.
Here
Put
it is.
himself in confusion.
What do you think about straight white men? Remind us of your opinion about straight white men, please, Mr. Positivity and Love Spreader. Like us, right?
Mhm.
Uki replies, "They're just as irresponsible and selfish as your response." Right?
Mhm.
Um.
Not the greatest
Yeah. So
time
he went
to
on a
do it.
hiatus for a week.
Not the greatest time.
You know, he went on a hiatus. All right, but yeah. So
And then there were all these other proof of different times he did that.
yeah,
It
I
wasn't
don't want
like
to be a
a
drama.
one-time thing either.
Yeah, it's just like we're just going down this like snowball of just everything going wrong with Niji Sanji, and it just like popped in my brain. I don't want to be a drama. I don't want to be a drama podcast.
Yeah.
It's
This
just
is
like
now a
shit's
drama
crazy.
podcast. Come in next time when we talk about the latest drama.
Shit's crazy right now, bro. I don't know what like it's just the magic word is oh boy. There's no way it can get any worse for Niji Sanji, right? That's the
Definitely
magic word.
Well, at least
Alright.
we passed the worst of it, right, guys?
Oh
dude,
boy, it can't get
it's
any
even
worse, right? Sips coffee, eats popcorn.
While you watch everything
Oh,
go
that
down.
one gumball meme of like, I think we all know where this is going. And then
No, literally, I swore, literally 2 nights ago, I thought to myself, it's like, damn, bro, Niji Sanji's crazy. Like, I genuinely don't know what the fuck's gonna happen from here.
Well, like,
And then the fucking contract, the entire contract. How does the fucking contract leak, bro? Like,
the funny
the whole
thing
fucking
is,
30-pager.
I think the funny thing is, there was a meme on February during the whole month of February. There was like, oh, Niji Sanji has gone 0 days. Well, some type of controversy. And they're like, oh, there
So
was
it'd be
one
like-
day, there was one good day, and then like the next day, it's like, nope, reset to
I mean,
0.
Alright, I'm a bingo card it, bro. Someone's gonna get doxxed.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's a
I'm a
bingo
dox you,
card.
Maratsu.
I don't know.
That's
I
what's
mean,
gonna
Wactor
happen.
did something where it's
Whoa.
like,
Oh.
yeah, like so, like when Wactor like terminated their talents, they like also doxed them along with
Yeah.
their termination contract.
Yeah.
Right? It was
Good
like to
job.
the level of it's like okay, it's like we're choosing to terminate. It's like this and this talent, aka this person living in this address, this social security number.
Yeah.
It's like this whole.
It was
thing.
just
Here
bad.
is their latitude and longitude as of this second.
It was just really bad. I think Wactor, I think it's probably the worst that we
Like,
they
that's
keep
know
dox-
funny how you
They
get
keep
into like
doxing their terminated
super
talents. Like what the
Yeah.
fuck?
legal trouble. Like that was not a smart business strategy. In
No, I
any
feel like
way.
both Niji and Wactor are just making bad. You want to know how old the CEO of Niji Sanji is?
How?
26.
Wait, how old? What?
Wait,
what?
really?
Yeah, he's 26.
Wait, who?
The
Mr.
CEO.
Niji Sami.
He's
Ri-
young.
Yeah, Riku something of Niji Sanji is
Oh, wow.
literally like 26. Riku Tasumi. There you go.
I don't know, man. It's wild. That's like
And the
we
company
said it
is
already.
a billion.
Shit, wild,
wild.
Rose.
Shit is wild.
Shit is wild. But yeah,
Yeah,
let's end
that's-
it for tonight.
Let's end it. I'm tired. I'm
Yeah.
mentally.
We were gonna end it earlier until we went into a whole rant. But
Yeah, straight fucking yap session. God damn.
This guy
I'm yapping, bro.
doesn't
I'm
shut
passionate,
up.
bro.
he definitely is passionate about his VTuber. Maybe
Yeah.
Allah can pick him up.
Hey, here's an Niji Sanji contract for you, bro.
Right?
Yeah, Niji Sanji, bro. I'm willing to just spread open my butthole just for you.
Yo,
okay?
wow.
You can do unspeakable things to me.
Oh
I
my
won't
God.
even make a peep, bro. I'll be your perfect talent. All right.
Nah. I
Just
feel like-
hire me, I
feel
need
like
a
they're
job.
gonna take. I feel like they're gonna take that as an actual thing. I feel like they're
That's
gonna
my
take that as an
resume, bro.
action-
Will not yap.
Well, not yet. But yeah,
Maybe just a little bit like Yavin.
if you like this you know podcast, subscribe, give it comment, like, and try and like check out our channel. My name is
Watch as that
Vox009.
subscribe button lights
Yep.
up and shines because they do that now on YouTube.
It does.
Yeah,
I
when you say the word
promise.
subscribe, it
Yep.
does a
Follow
rainbow.
to all of us. All of our links will be in the description. I swear one day I'll stream again. Like realistically, I'm putting out a number, right? You don't know for sure, right? My work
You
hours
will
are gonna
know
get
in the
cut a
next
lot
stream.
down once I go back into school, which is in like 6 months. So in half a year, I might be back.
Oh,
Maybe. That's
Maybe.
like in half a year though.
Until
Even
we
I
get
don't
a
know. Maybe I
girlfriend.
found a new passion in like street miming. Who knows? I might not
Yes.
appear. All right, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
But yeah, check out our Twitch also. We all stream sometimes more regularly than other. My name is Waz009. This is Rei, Rika, and BeiBei. And also our guests here, Hero and TDHMaratsu. But yeah, we'll post the link in the
Links
description.
down in the description, guys.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
the
link in
drill.
the description for everyone who also heard his mic cut out
That
at the end of
like
every
button.
one.
Yeah,
segment.
yeah.
Did someone just open like a soda
Morning,
can? But yeah. Good night, everyone.
Sounds good.
Good night.
Good night.
listeners.
Bye bye.
Good morning.
Bye-bye.
You just have to be different.
God.
You don't know what time
Uh,
it is for them?
Yeah, good night, good morning, good evening.
Good afternoon
See you
also.
next one.
Yeah, this is an excellent
Bye.
The
one.
afternoon's not real.
Bye.